Happy then. First of all, obviously I get to catch with you, but on top of that, we're not gonna see Cobblestone.
That's true, actually. Yeah, I was kind of rooting for Mirage with this matchup because I love FlipSid's Mirage, but we're still gonna get an even better map because I think the overpass between the two teams is gonna be much closer.
Yeah, I think so as well. I think this is a good matchup for both of the teams. I'm actually quite surprised though. Yeah, okay, sure. Okay, first of all, I just want to put it out there because I think that Richard might get a tweet or two about Next being the one under the weather. It's actually Dennis. I was the one who told him it was Next. I just
you.
Yeah, so just leave him anyway.
Suspense guy.
I don't care.
All right, guys, we're into the pistol now between these two teams. It looks like we have a fast round on our hands. We've got Mousesports immediately taking sewers and just actually now that I say that, just staying a little bit, seeing if they can get a response. And in they go, nades in. Glocks in, can they close that distance? We've got Chris J with the opening onto Davkos there. Next is on the bomb site, but there's still a lot more work to be done here. These TTs go for this retake, but the positioning here is going to be really favourable for Mousesports. They'll get the bomb planted. The smoke's down the jungle as well to really hinder that entrance from FlipSid. It's going to take something quite special here, and Blade will open things up with that frag onto Chris J. 3 versus 4 now. We're kind of looking at as they make their way onto the bomb site. Next with a great response there, Godby as well. And this looks fantastic right now. Just Mark left the man left alive, and he won't get it done. Next, we'll find the frag. 3 kills there in the pistol for him, and Mousesports will start off well.
Yeah, I really like the fast play coming in from Mousesports on the pistol. Just waited a little bit just to hit the B-bomb side, just in case FlipSid decide to push. Maybe they had like an expo flash. Just took their little time, like 6 seconds, and then just ended up pushing. FlipSid, it looked to me like they were trying to go with like somewhat of a retake kind of positioning, but then they had one guy that just got caught off guard completely, and he just ended up dying. So, and Next with a nice triple.
Throwing smoke.
Yeah, now we're looking at that situation where FlipSid are not investing fully. What it is, obviously saving for that AWP. The rest of his teammates have actually got some Kevlar, some pistols there, looking to put the aggression on, some damage done economically, and Nico's going to go down by himself with sewers. So he was kind of there to maybe be able to run to speed, check for a stack, but now that Mac 10's out of the picture and is in the hands of Blade. And so FlipSid actually looking like they're off to a good start.
Yeah, look at the rotation coming from FlipSid as well. Because of the fact that Nico went down, Blade, he has full control of B bomb site, and then FlipSid just ends up rotating, falling back towards the A bomb site. And this could be very, very troublesome for Mousesports if they do decide to just end up going towards A.
Yeah, and one thing that's kind of cool as well is that, well, not cool for Mousesports, but they don't have any eyes on connectors. They don't really know if they wanted to double back. They don't know that they can actually do that, or if there's a flank coming at all. So this could be very troublesome indeed. They have to make this work here towards A. And Next is trying to get the opening. There's a nade into bank, and there's some damage done. Here goes the rest of Mousesports. Trying to capitalise here, but the snap is here. The nades will help massively, but will it be enough here? We've got Next in. Nice frag onto Bonded. And it looks like these are indeed quite stuck behind these smokes at the moment. So Mousesports will get the bomb planted. They can fall back to toilets as well to get some good post-plant setups working in their favour. And it looks like FlipSid are in a lot of trouble, even though they've got 4 players left alive. They're in now, but Next is there with the AK, and there's more rifles where that came from. Oh, great spray down there. Just Markloff remaining now.
Yeah, nothing he can do here. He only has a P250. It's a pretty decent round anyway from Mousesports. Ending up with when Nico fell towards the B-bomb side in the beginning. I was just going to put him or call him out for it because there's no reason why you should just go that aggressive. You want to go towards the B-bomb side and just hold just to make sure the FlipSid doesn't push you so you actually have somewhat of a flank, right? But then instead, you end up going down, you give them a weapon, and you have no map control whatsoever. But nonetheless, you know, Next one, for me, Next is by far Mousesports' best player. Just showing there, even though it was Nico, you know, saving them around.
Yeah, and he's already got 8 frags and a cheeky little ace there, and that's a good start for your start there. Now, Dennis will be the first man in. Next is and Chris J as well. Big push. One time he will run into the stack, and these pistols are doing a lot of work here for FlipSid. They've got a couple kills. That's going to be it though, as Nico will get 3 kills there with the UMP, so he's going to save the round for Mousesports, and now FlipSid, they can go for the buy.
Yeah, that previous round there, normally this what happens with teams. They have some sort of a mindset where it's like, okay, well, we went A the previous round, you know, it's like, oh yeah, let's go 50-50. And then for the defenders, they just like, okay, well, they went A, let's just stack B. Always happens. Right? It could actually end up a lot worse than Mousesports that round.
Oh yeah.
Sure, you know, Nico with the triple kill with SMG just got a few more.
Grenade out!
much worse.
Yeah, and I mean, Mousesports, I think they're going to be fairly happy. Just they're sitting on a pretty good economy. If they're able to do some more damage in this round, then even if they lose, they should be in a decent spot. They should get strong down in the following round. So we'll have to see what kind of approach we've got here, because it's looking quite slow. So Mousesports giving a lot of respect for FlipSid at the moment.
Yeah, I really do like it that though. Just to take your time, just make sure they don't push. I'm fairly sure that they know that World Ladder will actually be able to 40 off, and which is completely correct. So.
That was pretty scary. Nico almost getting a frag there. Very, very scary indeed. Blade almost losing his life. There is a bit of an approach now from Mousesports, getting just a little bit closer towards the A bomb site. There is a player, of course, able to support. I think it's Bondic actually. He's very close there on the A long area. So if Wada is kind of baiting with that AWP, if he misses the shot and they can gain some ground, could get punished by Bondic. Wada will make his way out of there. But meanwhile, Mousesports have switched up the play here. They're going towards B, through connector, into sewers. Christian's going to find that frag onto Bondic, and all of a sudden, FlipSid are in a lot of trouble here. Davkos is in a very important position by the water. Mousesports there for support as well. This big B push. Mousesports needs something in response, and they're getting nothing. It's just Nico and Godby left at this point, as Davkos waits by water. Time this moment to strike. There's the bomb down though. And things not looking too shabby here actually for Mousesports, despite being down a man. However, these positions are optimal. Davkos will finally go for the peak. Is playing with them, trying to create distraction. It's working really well at the moment. Godby is under so much pressure right now. I'm not sure where to look. Godby is going to find that angle finally. And now the CT swarm the bomb site. And Nico's got to get 3 kills here to save this round for Mousesports. There's the first. Can he get the second? He will find it. That's the... Oh no, the defuse is just gone now. And there's no time for this. Wada's got no health as well. Nico's going to save this round for his team. Oh my god, no. 4 kills out of Nico. What a save. Wow,
okay. Yeah, that was looking extremely grim for Mousesports there for a second. Just when they were pushing into the B bomb site, you know, Chris J had complete A control, and you know, they didn't really get a payout for actually hitting the bomb site, and FlipSid just kept on getting the pick. 2-on-4 situation, and Davkos actually, he was down in the pit towards B. He could just easily, when they started planning, just go on and kill the bomb site. He never peeked.
I was wondering about that.
Yeah, and it just gave Mousesports that actual opportunity to win the round, and then you see there Nico, you know, great round by him, 1-on-3. And yeah, it's that's one of the rounds that FlipSid's gonna go back and watch it demo.
It's in a pretty rough position. They've got to wait till that the 5-0 until they can start to fight back again. And this approach here from Mousesports. They're sticking together, moving up towards A long, can get your back against the wall, be quite safe against those pistols. So cool approach here from Mousesports.
Yeah, and it's very safe. So now you see Mousesports anti-eco now. You don't actually have Nico just rushing to the drop. He's actually with the group and
yeah, this is always nice to see.
It's fine. It's fine. Okay. Just as I said, you don't have to run down there, Nico. There's nothing there for you.
Hey man, that's what he's built to do. He's built to run in there. Pants on head, run in.
I like it.
Nico.
I mean, oh, is that the
Pants on
slogan?
head Nico.
Is that the slogan?
I'm coining it right now. Pants on head Nico.
Trademark it.
So here we go. Mousesports might get a sneaky kill with that PT-50 would be nice. Any economic damage. What I really like about this is just seeing that Mousesports can really stick together and kind of play off each other in a coordinated manner for an anti-eco. It's like the most important rounds to win in the game. You can, those 5 rounds are hard, but you got to capitalize. You got to, convert those anti-eco rounds.
Yeah, it's very important, like you're saying, and they have actually done a pretty decent job at it so far. I mean, both the ecos that they've had, they only lost 1 or 2 members. So just basing off of their economy, even if they end up losing 1-2 rounds, they can still end up buying. So, good so far.
And here we go, Mousesports just full AK. Got a take there from Blade, and make sure that you have a good understanding as to CTs, as to where the Ts are actually going. But once again, Mousesports taking a relatively passive approach to the round, giving some respect to FlipSid and any potential aggression they may want to throw in. And it could be a bit of an issue here with this AWP, playing those angles towards the party area. There you go, Mousesports just using some grenades to try to push just slowly but surely. So good play so far from both sides, I would say, but next is the one to open up here in sewers onto Blade.
Yeah, so far next has been terrific. The first 5.5 rounds.
And this could be that pants on head moment from Nico. You know he wants to go in there. Yeah. You know he wants to go in. It's like, should I do it?
Yeah,
should I do it?
I can't see anyone. I really want to take a look. Just a little sneak peek.
But looks like his team's going to get the call here, just moving towards A. And the trade happens for God beat, so the in-game leader is down. But it's a pretty nice situation, 4 versus 3 here for the T's. They know they just have to attack together, and now they move in as a unit towards that A bomb site. Bondik is there, and he's got a great position actually, and he's going to find the first frag into Chris J. There's no return, that's the bomb loss. Information goes to the team, shot in the side of the head, and next finds the kill onto Markloff as well. So the bomb site is now under control here for Mousesports, as Davkos makes his way in up the stairs. He's got a hell of a lot of work to do, and he's going to get smoked off. This is just not happening. Going to have to fall back out of there. And just hope he can get some cheeky exits.
Yeah, I mean, Mousesports might as well just throw it around the way, trying to push. Now, this is the point where, you know, for the remaining 2 Mousesports players, he can still potentially win this round. Yeah, there's still time left on the bomb, and look at where Nex is.
Yeah, a little bit of
Davkos actually didn't have a kit, but I do believe Bondik had one on the bomb. Yeah, you see there's actually a diffuse kit on the bomb side. Way worse than it would actually was. FlipSid actually decided to take a gamble there. They had 3 members left and just decided to have Bondik all by himself on the A bomb side and just have the other 2 remaining players towards the B bomb side. Mousesports called it once more, and you know they're playing really well right now.
Absolutely. And just to clarify, as on a grip, when I say pats on head, I mean under on head. None of this American, you know, pats. I'm not talking about jeans or something. Just have to clarify that. As a proud Brit, you're confused. You're Swedish, it's fine.
I have no idea what's going on right
It's fine. Alright, so we do have the...
Talk back here to me, Dan.
Talk back here. Svenska.
Yeah.
Alright, so the pistols are out again for FlipSid. Of course, I'm on the save, so it's not really a good start for them. Let's be honest. They've got a really horrible situation, getting consistently just having to eco. Mousesports in a prime position when it comes to the money at this point. You know, well, actually, that said, looking at the money, it's not amazing.
I mean, you do have Next on AK, and but yeah, it's only Chris J that actually is kind of low on money, but he decided to buy an op, and that's why it's dangerous as well. When you do have the bomb down, you want to chase obviously, because when you're 5-0 up, make sure that you don't let them save any weapons. But yeah, as for FlipSid now, one thing for Mousesports on their T side so far is that they've been playing really safe and they've been playing really defensive. So even if FlipSid were to you know, mix something up right now, oh, let's try and go aggressive. Well, the thing is, it's not like Mousesports actually done anything fast. So if you do decide to go aggressive, they're just going to be there waiting for you. So that's actually not a good idea.
Yeah, actually, that's the cool thing I've noticed as well, is that Mousesports kind of getting with their default rounds, which are fairly safe. It's like we're going to try to flash ourselves into position. There's a couple frags coming in from Davkos here, but we'll be shut down. And that's actually nice economic damage, just kind of keeping them honest, because again, as we said, Mousesports don't have the best economy in the world. It could be a lot better considering that they're 7-0 up. So FlipSid, they want to get themselves into a situation where they're forcing Ekas, where they're resetting the economy of Mousesports. But here it is, AWP in play now from World Edit, and they've got a good buy. What can they do with it?
Go, go, go!
Yeah, that's the question. But because so far you've actually seen FlipSid just start off exactly the same on almost every single round. You have Bondik and World Edit,
Throwing fire!
you know,
Deploying flashbang!
area. He actually is going for
Canapé!
got flash though, so he's gonna fall down. Play the pass on the bomb side.
Fire in
But
the
yeah, so
hole!
a very generic play from FlipSid coming in, and you know, being 7-0 down, they do need to think of, you know, perhaps even take the pause now and talk about it.
That's actually a very good point. This would actually be an excellent moment for a pause, especially considering that on the CT side you do expect to get like a pretty decent amount of rounds, to be honest. The T side. Either way, these challenges again. This is what he's there for, just taking those angels and opening up the map, creating opportunities. You can see the rotation coming in from Mousesports as Godby makes the call to his team. Let's go for that B push now that Nico's right. We can Nico is going to take another entry frag. Nico has done more than his fair share at this point, as the rest of his teammates barrage the bomb site with bullets, with grenades, and they are setting themselves up next with another frag. This is looking incredibly grim right now for FlipSid. The bomb is down. Well did it. It's going to find God, but now Mousesports can just hide away a little bit.
Yeah, and
Throwing smoke!
one thing for FlipSid,
Throwing
Nico
flashbang! Throwing fire!
gets to walk towards the B area every single
Incendiary
round.
out!
And he keeps on getting the picks. Like, some sort of communication there from FlipSid. It's like, okay, what is Nico doing? He keeps on getting the entry on us towards the B bomb side. Well, yeah, he's coming out, you know, either through door or through the sewer area, you know, from T spawn. It's like, okay, so have you tried to push him? You know, what are you trying to do to just make sure that this doesn't happen? Oh, you know, we're just playing it defensive on the B-bomb side. You can just rush up and kill them.
Decoys out.
Suez take, man. That's you see that, right?
Yeah,
Suez
yeah.
takes.
Yeah, they haven't seen,
good,
they haven't
good
seen
job.
that yet. You know, smoke from CT spawn and just rush it. You know, throw one flashbang over and just make sure he's not allowed to get there. Just look at him again, Nico. Just.
Oh no. Monster smoke. He's going to take down Dash because the trade comes in, but still, Mousesports are loving that.
Yeah, for sure. But then again, yeah, this is the classic, like, the default run you see from Mousesports as well. If FlipSid have somewhat of an idea, then they should actually know now that, you know, perhaps they don't have any more, so they can actually try to take a gamble like they did on the pistol round and just fall back, or on the eco round.
Alright, well, I mean, Mousesports, they're deciding to just go for a bit of a pressure towards maybe perhaps even the execute. See what they can get done. They have a lot of time actually to play with, so they can even. They don't have anyone in sewers, so the double back potential is not really open to them. Well, I guess it is, but it would be blind, so not necessarily too advisable. So they do seem right now quite committed towards this A push.
Yeah, but I really like the rotation coming in from FlipSid here, so you do have the kind of same scenario. Now Blade is actually falling back again, though he was really close to the bomb.
It's definitely harder to do A than B, so it would make a lot of sense in this situation of unknowns, and what it is playing very close to his smoke. He's got a shadow through his smoke. Oh, he's got look at the last bullet onto Dennis. Bondic picks up one on the defense against Chris J. In goes next over to the train. He's going to do everything by himself. Blade is down. There's 15 seconds to play with, and next they're not going to show themselves. 1 versus 3. He's got no HP. 1 point of health is left. He'll find the kill onto Worded it somehow, but still, Markloff and Bondic are there. Next, no, absolutely not. He's going to find Bondic. Markloff will finally run the clock down and finish off next, but that was so much economic damage. That should never have happened.
Yeah, and I think we changed the camera angle there. When Nex was actually in a one-on-one, there was like 2 seconds left. He could potentially have won the round. But yeah, okay, yeah, so you guys at home know, he actually ended up getting killed after the time, as ended by Bondic. But yeah, that was close. Nex.
That was ridiculous. I mean, he got like 2 or 3 more frags than he ever should have gotten in that round. He's on 20 kills.
Yeah. After 9 rounds, and I mean, then you see as well, we were talking about Dennis, you know, having, you know, issues with tonsillitis, and, you know, he's not really having a good game, which is understandable, but for sure, like, I wouldn't really want to be sitting there playing when I don't feel good. We do have a technical pause here, though, coming.
Okay, well, we can talk a little bit about some of the strategy in this match.
I was gonna say, with this technical pause, this is perfect for FlipSid. It's basically like a free timeout for them. You know, they just ended up winning their first round of the game. Now they can actually just take some time and talk about, okay, well, what are they actually doing? Like, what can we do to counter them right now? Or like, what are we doing bad? What can we do better? And then on top of that, so you have a free timeout now, and let's say you talk about it, and I don't know, in 4 rounds or whatever, or even switching over to their T side, they can have another one.
And let's think about firstly, like, what do they actually have right now? Because those series of frags from Next were ridiculous, right? That actually cripples them massively, because now they've got no money, even though they won the round.
Just look at the money. Yeah, like you're saying, they won the round, but all of them died except for 1, and they're all sitting between 3.3 to 3.9k.
That's insane.
Yeah.
Best case, you got FAMAS in your hands.
If you want the nades, yeah. So then, you know, on top of that, let's say you do end up losing this 1 round, then you're potentially just gonna go and earn some money on the streets. You know, you're not gonna be able to pay that mortgage, and then you're gonna have to. I mean,
have you ever done any busking? Busking, you know, on the streets. I know you're musically talented. Oh, you don't know what it means?
No.
It's like, you know, when you go on the streets playing a musical instrument, just for money, well, not necessarily for money, but it's like, you know, practice on the streets. See people like you.
Oh, is that what people do to make money on the streets?
Yeah, you play some instruments. Although you can also play traffic cones. I've seen people playing traffic cones in London. It's very common. Very common. But actually, one of the interesting things in this situation, because, you know, we're talking about this money problem, because this is a really huge, like, Nexus kills there, that changes a lot of what FlipSid can actually do. And we were talking about the Suez thing. It does feel like Nico is the thing that you should be able to maybe exploit, because he's the fastest paced player. So and as you mentioned, we haven't really seen the Suez takes, and that's what has been abused by Mousesports. FlipSid seem kind of comfortable going for some, sometimes interconnector, sometimes down toilets and so on. But we've never really seen him in sewers, and that would be the obvious aggression for them to try to take control and get a fast frag, and then maybe fall back afterwards.
Yeah, and it's actually a very safe, aggressive play as well, because you smoke it off, and you only need to take that one area, and it's not like you can get shot from multiple angles, because the only thing you need to be sure of is, okay, we got to keep track of the door, and then once we have that smoked off, the sewer area smoked off, then we're pretty much safe, and then we just show them that, yeah, we are here to contest the area. Whereas if you, for example, if you're FlipSid and you want to go aggressive on A, you end up peeking mid, then you can get shot from both sewers, and you will just end up getting flanked, essentially, if Mousesports has a decent default. So just going aggressive B every single time until Mousesports have an answer for it, that's what you want to do, because you saw Nico there, he ended up going to the sewer, but last round he just ended up going towards the B bombs right away, and that just shows that FlipSid, they're not contesting anything, so it just lets Nico roam around as much as he wants, and you can't really let that happen.
I mean, the only other thing that they could do other than that is going really passive and not taking risks and forcing Mousesports to execute onto the site. But then the problems is that you don't have very good equipment. Sure, you'll have some nades to maybe counter flash and so on, but generally speaking, they're going to have way more grenades because they didn't spend all the grenades cleaning out the map and slowly building positioning. So they get that for free because of your chosen strategy. So then the problem is that you have to hold it famous, and then and you don't know what's going on. And we did see some good understanding of rotation from FlipSid before, when they were like, okay, we're a man down, we can't take a risk. We feel like we can't take a risk aggressively. We're going to kind of stack towards A. Although I don't know that they actually end up doing it, but that's in theory quite good because B is much easier to retake than A. A is a nightmare.
Yeah, no, I completely agree, especially if you don't have map control. So if you do decide to stack B, you want to at least make sure that you have the door room, the connector area, so you can actually at least flank. Because if you can't flank and you all come from CT spawn, then it's almost impossible.
When it comes to just like these teams on paper at the moment, which do you think has more potential? Because people do talk about the simple factor with FlipSid previously, but it also basically hindered Blaze's ability to lead the team, and that's what he's a legend at. That's what he's really known for. And so now potentially maybe we could see him take this team to new heights, even without Simple, just because he's such a good leader. Do you think that's something that FlipSid can rely on, or do you think Mousesports have more potential as a team? Because they do have a lot of skill on that team.
Yeah, I mean, just to base both teams coming into the tournament, I would say that Mousesports have been looking better. To base it off of their 2 games yesterday, I think that both teams look very sloppy, and they could do a lot better with the talent that they have. So overall, I still feel like Mousesports they have the better team, whereas for FlipSid, they could cause an upset.
Right, they're there to ruin someone's tournament, but not to do all that much more than that.
No, exactly, and especially now for yeah, exactly. I mean, if you look at Mousesports lineup, the 2 players that stands out for me, it used to be Chris J, but I don't really feel that he has too much of an impact anymore. He's still a solid player, but from time to time especially I remember last time I casted Mousesports on this map, I don't think Chris J picked up the op a single time. A single time, and it's like, and it was a game where they were losing heavily, and I was just basically waiting on Chris J to pick up. It never happened. But the 2 players next and Nico, they're really good.
And here we go, we're resuming the match now, and we'll get to see what the response is from FlipSid. Looks like they are kind of going for a bit of a foray into sewers, so they have some control here, but will it actually pan out for them? Yes, Markov picks up the kill onto Nico. That's exactly what we were looking for in the response from FlipSid. Now they've got that man advantage, they can play off the advantage in many ways.
Yeah, you see that, like when they get to the entry now, look at the map control they have. They do have 3 guys on the B bomb side. That's okay because they have the control. So if Mousesports were to hit A on that in this scenario, they at least have the room to flank, which you haven't really had.
That's a really good point, actually. And let's see if FlipSid can close. Because when all is said and done, it's got to be about those headshots. And right now we see all the grenades raining in onto the A bomb site. So Mousesports really going for the committed play here. They've used up pretty much all the utility. Moving next in very, very close now. And here it is, Bondik with the first kill onto Dennis. Still waiting for somebody to peek. Great stuff there from Bondik, though. He's going to take down next for free. Got B and Chris J, though, back in with frags of their own. And Bondik is still locking it down, but not for much longer. Chris J with 11 points of health. It's going to get naded down by Markov. And that is going to be a pretty solid hold from FlipSid. They do lose 3 players, but at least they close the round and they can start to to create some momentum back into this one. And Mousesports is starting to struggle on the money a little bit.
Yeah, and I mean, look at it this way. If Markov didn't get that entry on Nico, then you're in a situation where if Mousesports were to hit A, like 5 versus 5, they still have one member to fight, right? And I don't think they would be able to hold it. So just getting that entry on Nico, just making sure that they don't have that B control, just does so much for them. Even though, yeah, they end up losing players, they end up winning the round.
Grenade out.
Yeah, and I absolutely would not count FlipSid out of this one, because now they've got some money going in their favor, they've got a round to play against, but they should have been reading the economy of Mousesports, so they should be anticipating what's happening. We can see they're playing pretty passively, so that does definitely show that they're respecting the kind of buy that Mousesports are showing right now. Just that single AK on Gob, actually, interestingly, and not on somebody like Nex, which would be the surprise for me. As Nex is definitely arguably the best rifler there, with previously pointed out. And that's a fantastic little flick there onto Nex, right away off the bat. And there goes Chris J as well. Worded it, doing his job. Great play here with that AWP. And finally he's going to get eliminated by God B. Is there by that truck area. Holding off it and buy his team some more space to rotate. It's going to go down though to God B. Bit of a fluff made there, and God B's actually getting it done here. The bomb's going to get planted. Nico misses the up shot, but it might not matter actually. Oh my god, they actually end up winning that round. Mousesports, it looked like it was going horrendously, but then when Bondic went down, it started, all the cars started falling.
Yeah, World Edit with 2 great entry frags there. The problem for him was that he was completely stuck, and Bondic was just playing it way too safe on the bomb, so he couldn't really help him there. You see here, the 2 frags from World Edit. Here, this is when he needs to back up. Instead, he decides to stay and just hope that, you know, they're not coming both ways.
Right.
And Bondic was just holding his ground.
Yeah,
so then
it's like the setup there didn't seem like it was they were playing together at all.
Yeah, no, not exactly. For FlipSid, you know, forced on a save yet again. They have basically no money, so I think that they should just take your advice now. Play some
yeah, this is pretty much the worst thing that could have happened. Oh my goodness. They're going to have to do something quite desperate as well, because, you know, Mousesports, they should likely pick up this round. Then they're in a 10-2 situation, and FlipSid, they still... Well, I mean, what's their money actually going to look like?
It's not going to be good. It's not going to be pretty then.
Yeah, they're going to be on... They'll be able to buy.
Famas, if they want the nades, they want the nades and stuff. Famas probably don't, you know, shouldn't even buy them anyway. So you save there, which is basically a smoke grenade, which is something that can really save you around.
Oh dear. I mean, previously they found a solution in taking Sewers, getting the basically beating Nico in that battle as he's moving into position, and I mean they still haven't. They could try the hyper passive approach. I don't know that that's going to be good against Mousesports. Really, like you need to like waste their grenades and make their executes a little bit worse. I think that seems to be something Mousesports are quite strong at. They've proven that they can successfully pick up these site takes with the executes. So here we go. FlipSid with the buy, what's it going to be? Aggression, passivity?
I mean, just for them to try it. Because right now, yeah, they only won 2 rounds. They are playing it very defensive. At least take a gamble. You don't have to necessarily go aggressive, but maybe just, you know, like boost up in middle with 2 people over the windows towards the bathroom area. Have one guy holding long. So you have like 3 members stacked within the bathroom area just to hold that. And then they end up pushing B that you can flank. We haven't seen FlipSid try to flank a single round. And that all for Mousesports, you know, they only have to look straight, right? They don't really have to care about, you know, oh, is someone coming from behind? Oh no, they're not. So then it just gives them so much more opportunities to actually end up winning the round, because they have less to focus on.
Yeah, the flanking thing is actually kind of a big deal. There's a Virtus Pro team that usually find that to be very effective. They're really good at doing that. It's quite hard to find those timings, but if you've got those kinds of players, it is devastating. And FlipSid, they are going very vanilla with their approach and trying to trust in their basics, but so far it's not been delivering. Next here with a bit of pressure as he's going to throw a nose over, allow his teammates to get in from Monster Tunnel into that B bomb site. Mousesports with another bomb site take, and again we're seeing them just systematically, methodically executing into the bomb site, clearing spot after spot, using these grenades, moving in as a team, covering each other. This is good Counter-Strike out of the German side, as we've got FlipSid moving in for the retake. It's definitely a little easier, as we mentioned, but this is going to be a tough one. They're outgunned, and now they're outmanned. Great kill there from Nex in the defense, holding it down, forcing the CTs to go closer because of those smokes. This is another well-executed round here from Man. here. This is not looking good for
Throwing a
FlipSid.
grenade.
Yeah, they're playing really well right now. Actually, just having that one strat, just walking into B basically as far as you can, and when you know that okay, we can't really walk any further now. Let's just use our nades. Through 2 or 3 Molotovs on during the B water behind the bomb site, just making sure that they can't even rush up and try to defend the site. So then you actually have to play retake, even if you didn't want to. Getting the bomb down, making a lot of noise in the middle. He actually ended up getting one, and then it kept World at it, just stuck in secret spawn until Dennis actually pushed. So he was very late to even help out his teammates over the B bomb site.
Absolutely. This is going to be a really nice feeling for Mousesports because, of course, Dennis is a little bit poorly at the moment and he's ill. And Mousesports, they've not been having the best games. They had a series against G2 yesterday, or a map against G2, and that definitely looked like they were out of their comfort zone. But right now, it really feels like they're hitting their stride as a team. That's so important to get those good feels going in. And we'll see a faster round here as Chris is going to look for an entry the orb. He's going to go for the flick. He's going to miss it, and the counter flash is going to start to come into play. They have opportunity now. They just have to hit the shots, and there's Wilder with the first one. He's going to take down next, put him out of the equation, and Nico, now it's up to him by the sandbags area to try to find some more space for his team to move through onto this bomb site take.
They're all stuck in there.
This is very interesting right now. Nico will take down Water position, could be dangerous, but not to Nico. Takes down Davcost as well. There's this Bondic and Blade. They've only got P250s, and the bomb is going to go down. There's Chris J as well. Bondic, no Kevlar, just a pistol. Chris J with that Tech 9 over the top. Find the kill, and a lot of damage being done here by Bondic. Finally, Tech 9 and the AK combo will be enough. 12-2 the score now. Massive T-half on overpass from Mousesports.
Yeah, like I said, they're playing so well right now, and for FlipSid, they seem a little bit out of it. Not really for the past few rounds, not really had the economy on their side. Sure, they haven't had the economy on their side throughout the whole game, but winning one round and then end up losing the next one, and it just makes the economy so hard to manage, and you have to make a decision if you want to buy what you have with the money you have, or potentially end up saving one more round, which you can't really afford. So yeah, I feel for FlipSid, but you have to actually try to do something new here.
Absolutely, and Mousesports going with another just control positioning. FlipSid, they're a bit more passive than usual. They have gone for the sewers take, so we see that adjustment is still there for them. However, this time Nico's not going ham and towards sewers and towards monster tunnel. He's sticking with the team, he's sticking with the unit. He's actually moving towards the area, and Mousesports really into this picket towards A. Chris A, a lot of pressure. Bondic could make quite a difference here. What is going to take down Chris J, so that picking attempt is not going to work here for Mousesports, but there's still plenty of time.
Yeah, and Bondic is a good position. You just stay in there for a while. The thing is, when the smoke actually ends up fading, I would love to see a flash come in for roll damage so he can actually clear off that.
Okay, wow. What is really going to town these guys right now? Bondic's found his moment to strike, but it's not going to go too well. And what is it? He's going to get another one. He's looking for that ace at this point, and it's going to be Blade to finish it off. What a steal there onto next. And that's a great round from World at it, but yeah, is it too little too late? Probably yes.
I mean, yeah, if you want to be positive, then I would always say, yeah, if Mousesports can do it, you can as well. The only thing, and then, the other usual one is, oh yeah, but you gotta do it one round at a time. You gotta win the pistol. Yeah, of course, you gotta win the pistol. You gotta win the pistol every round, if you could.
Yeah.
But, or every game, but...
You're being realist.
Yes.
Optimistic realist.
Exactly.
Is that a thing?
Yeah, maybe.
That's maybe a thing.
Yeah, but, okay, sure. For FlipSid here now, I really hope that they have done their homework on Mousesports. They actually do have an idea on how they play, because this will not be pretty if they haven't.
Oh, that was a double as well, actually.
Yeah, it was
gorgeous.
Yeah, it was nasty.
Yeah. Well, they're going to town. And I mean, Walder is a really good defensive AWPer, actually. He's not necessarily that AWPer you're looking for the kind of JW play style. It's just, and I'm using JW as the kind of end of this kind of the polar opposite kind of thing, like super aggressive, back against the wall, kind of Kenny S style, can do anything on the aggression with the AWP. But if he's just sat there, guarding these bomb sites, he can be really dangerous. And we saw a glimpse of it right there. And of course, Chris J, as you mentioned, he's not necessarily coming into play massively for the team. It's definitely been a bit of the Nex and Nico show when it comes to opening up the map. And it's quite cool that Gob has these tools to work with, and in the sense that he's got two big rifler players, two big entry fraggers, just general fraggers, and he can play his default out, and he's like, he can probably say, okay, I'm imagining that one of these guys, if I put them in the right positions, they're going to create something. And if they don't, then we can move together and make an execute based on the information we have. Feels like that was the game plan there from Mousesports. It really, really seemed to work.
Yeah, I mean, so far on this map on the T side for Mousesports, I feel like God-B has actually really done his homework in terms of his own players. Like, okay, what do these players excel at? What can we do so we make them, well, you know, we make them shine? And for Nico, you know, he was just hitting that B bombs, like getting those entries again and again. And then you have Next, you know, being the second man in, just clean up house basically, just being a complete madman. I mean, 23 frags in the first half, insane.
Yeah, we can see, you know, the Next and Bondic thing here. Bondic is one of these. Bondic was always my kind of favorite FlipSid player, even in the
name?
in the sorry.
Can you pronounce Bondic's name?
No, probably not. What about you?
I mean, I could try. The thing is, I think it looks so cool.
It does look pretty badass.
It looks like pork chop. Vladislav Nechiporchuk. I nailed that.
That's probably pretty good.
I think I nailed that.
I'm a Brit, man. I don't know how to do this stuff. Come on.
I nailed that.
I'll do Next though. Johannes Maggot. Maggot.
Okay, yeah, sure.
Yeah, something like that.
Okay.
Yeah, but Bondic, he was always one of my favorite FlipSid players, if not one of my favorite players. Kind of underlooked guy, generally speaking, because he's always so good in the defensive spots on CT. He used to be so reliable. He was, I think, the most reliable rifler for FlipSid for the longest time in the CT sides, which was something that they used to struggle on. So he was so important for them because of that, because you could rely on putting the guy in the really hard positions, like for example, just outside of the drop into B, for example, on cobblestone. This position where you got to look right, you got to look left, you got to be very cognizant of where all your teammates are moving. A lot of things that play, like, you know, playing the kind of Crim's position on Mirage, like you're on the stairs, you got to worry about mid, you got to worry about Palace, you got to worry about all kinds of things, and that's what Bondic's great at, getting those multi kills in those really hard spots.
Well, yeah, I completely agree. And one thing to note as well, when FlipSid had Simple on their team, Bondic was a little bit on the, you know, on the sidewalk a little bit. You know, you really he was always the most stable player.
Yeah.
But he was never the flashy player, so he was always got a little bit, you know, people didn't really care for him too much. But then when Simple left, Bondic was the one who you basically took over for that team, and you became the
Decoy.
perhaps maybe not a superstar, but their star player.
Yeah,
one of the better players they have.
And now we're into that super important pistol. It all starts here for FlipSid. If it's going to start anywhere, it needs to be here. And we can see the problem is going to be closing that distance. That's always the kind of deal. Glocks versus USPs, close that distance, use the number advantage. And so it's like figuring out how to do that without losing anyone. And Chris J, he's headhunting right now. He's looking for those FlipSid heads. He's not going to find any, luckily for FlipSid, just yet. And we'll see a defensive smoke there from the CTs. As FlipSid still, they are playing it really passively here. Look where the bomb is, look how spread out they are.
Yeah, and for Mousesports, you know, as you were saying, Dan, before, the B bomb site is a lot easier to retake than A, so you do see Mousesports here coming in with a... Looks like Next is actually rotating back, taking a gamble, yeah, so they do have an attack, but he's very close to the A bomb site just in case they decide to push. But yeah, look at here for FlipSid as well. They're so spread out, and the bomb is basically up in mid. It's gonna be so... They're not gonna have that much time. They do have three smokes. A
lot of nades.
Yeah,
actually.
yeah. They will end up being A round here, but it's not. It's gonna cut it close.
This is really curious how they're gonna use these nades. Chris J, he's gonna go forward. Oh no, Blade's gonna go down before he can throw his nades. That's a really good play there from Chris J to try to dismantle this push before it can really fully take place. And now, here we go. FlipSid are in onto the bomb site. We get those trades happening. Looking pretty even at the moment, but welded it over the top here. It's going to make the difference. 3 versus 2 in favor of the Chiefs. The bomb finally planted. Dennis denied. And now it's just Nico against 3 with that USP by the stairs. And FlipSid have fallen back to these excellent positions, but that's a nice tap there onto welded it. Looking for Markloff and Bondic now. Will they show themselves to Nico? Here he goes. Might just get a catch here. He's going to be very careful. Look at these bait plays coming in from these T's. And he's going to find Bondic as well, but this is still very difficult. He's going to fake it, looking for the shot. He didn't get it immediately. Oh, he's going to commit for this. He can't. It's such a hard position. Markloff finds the shot. He's going to shut down Nico. And FlipSid, their hearts must have been sinking right there, but yeah, they got saved.
Yeah, I mean, World at it with 3 kills there in the beginning, hitting the bomb site. They didn't have that much time to begin with. I do believe we're going to see the triple kill here. And that's actually very smart by World that, because of the time is so it's not on their side. He has to actually have to be a little bit aggressive through the smokes, and jumping up on that pillar, getting that one drive, just caused the Mousesports to not be able to actually kill the bomb planner. So the bomb went down, you know, Markov with a 1-on-1 at the end. You know, it's the start that we needed.
There's no SMGs here, not a single one from FlipSid. What do you make of that?
On a map like Overpass, when you have a lot of long duels, then I would probably say that, yeah, it's good to have like 1 or 2 rifles, but I would still prefer some SMGs, especially now, because Mousesports are actually playing this smart, whereas they don't full down. They know that they're in the lead. They don't really need to take that gamble. Just make sure you save and make sure you get that up on Chris J if he wants one, but just to make sure that you have all the nades you need on the third round.
Yeah, it's they are starting to gain some position. They did take down Chris J on A long. That could have been quite scary. And the Deagles are really scary because they are pretty good at long ranges, especially since the last update. Those hitboxes are a little bit more easy to find. Blade now, excellent flash there into the play onto Nex. And the A-bomb site is the property of FlipSid. They can put their flag in there. Blade's just holding for his teammates. They or actually no, in position, and we have the push at the same time. The distraction plays coming in do actually cause some damage here for FlipSid, but they are still going to win the round with only two losses. So 5-12, making that climb, making the grind, but it is a long way to go.
Yeah, not too bad. It's a shame that Dapcast actually didn't get to pick up the AK that went down for FlipSid. I'm not sure if we're going to see, I think it's a technical pause once more. But again, we do have World that's disconnected from the game. But again, when you do have this, when you do have the technical issue as well, again, you know, it's basically like a free timeout for both teams, essentially. Now, maybe Mousesports, they do have a good idea. It's not like they've actually lost that many rounds on the seat side. They actually didn't even have weapons yet. So for them, it's all about, you know, just keep staying calm, make sure that, you know, these pauses and stuff doesn't get to you, and just play it safe, because you have so many more rounds to work with, especially on seat side on Overpass.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be really interesting to see if they can actually convert here, because the CT economy can be kind of a very delicate thing. We saw that, you know, FlipSid, they were on the bad end of that. You can get really screwed over, especially in, you know, these better ones. Sometimes you lose too many pistols, or you just get, you know, lose that round where you had a close one before, your economy gets reset. You know, there's any number of things that can really mess with what your options and how you can play. So FlipSid they really didn't look great there, but that said as well, they didn't get an opportunity to have a lot of momentum or to shine really. So
yeah.
So this is really their moment, and Mousesports, I would be very afraid because if I was FlipSid, because I feel like Mousesports with Nico, with Nex, they have this potential to do a lot of crazy stuff and to really throw you off your game, especially if you're a very regimented team, as FlipSid do try to be.
Yeah, completely. And for this specific round for FlipSid as well, you know, when you have the AKs and stuff that they played with, you know, when they end up having 2 guys that actually end up dying, because sure, maybe on the second round they didn't know that Mousesports, if they were to buy or if they weren't, if they were just completely safe. For the 2 players now, just buy SMGs anyway, and just basically just, you know, be the first one in the line basically, and just try and pick up some easy kills, just get some more money in your bank, and then for the upcoming round.
Absolutely. I mean, do you see any players for Mousesports being particularly key on the CT side to really stop FlipSid from playing the game that they want? Because one of FlipSid's good things is that they're very well coordinated on their T sides. Like, they're very good at like firing from one side and then like simultaneously firing from the other side. So you get that perfect distraction to just completely blow up defenses. Do you think is from Mousesports is going to be helpful in just disrupting FlipSid's T side? Well,
one thing on the seat side on Overpass, I would love to see an op on Chris J, because he can just basically lock down an angle, and then you can have players like Nex and Nico, especially Nico, to play more aggressive if he wants to. You know, have some help by one of the teammates, and just be sure that you take some control over the area, or, you know, map control. Maybe on B, maybe on A. It doesn't really matter. That's one thing that FlipSid actually didn't do on their seat side, was that, you know, they didn't really take any map control. So if Mousesports have that idea where, okay, well, Nico, I'm going to help you take over B, for example. You know, I'll throw you a smoke, I'll throw you a flash. Just take it over. If you don't see anyone, great, then we can fall back. But at least we show some presence.
Yeah, because you were actually mentioning this, like the flanking thing, like being able to take some space as the CT, so like just understanding like when to take that risk of going for the flank, because it can just win you around if you like pick that risk in the right moment. And I do feel like Mousesports, you know, do have these tools to push A long, or maybe to like, go for that monster push when you spot maybe when you get that feeling that there's you know, a lot maybe the team is absent from those areas to try to exploit that. And on this map, that's one of the reasons why this map is so interesting, actually, because you can do a lot, for example, with pushing the A side of the map, and not only, you know, just like general aggression, but getting that information to then allow you to not just sit still as the CTs and just kind of wait and be reactive, like, okay, wait for them, but you can be proactive on this map.
Yeah, and you know, again, like I was saying the same about, you know, when FlipSid was CT, just having a triple stack in the bathroom in mid area. You know, you double boost one by the window, and then you have one in the bathroom just holding long, and then just, you know, somewhat aggressive, and then you get the entry, or maybe even two, and then you can fall back. Sure, the guy at the long bathroom, maybe he ends up falling, but you should at least get a payout for it. You should at least get two.
One thing I don't want to see from Mousesports is just playing too passively, giving up map control. That's one thing I don't want to see, but we'll have to see how they approach things. We are into a bit of a save from them, of course, one more until they can actually get the buy-in, and we start to see the real CS, the real CT side of the overpass from Mousesports. But for now, it's just about FlipSid and just us looking at how they handle these rounds, which should be for free. That's how this should be. They shouldn't lose too many players. This should be the round where they can build that money.
Yeah, and this should also be a round where you don't want to take a gamble for FlipSid. So you really want to make sure that you play at least, you know, you stick as a team, basically. You know, always make sure you have a buddy to help you if they decide to push. So for example, Afghan. So they are playing this pretty decent now, I'd say, for FlipSid. For the people that actually working the bomb or the area is played and world edits, and they just try to help each other out. You see it on the minimap where it's only having two, and then Bondic, Markov, and Davkos, they're just basically just holding for a push.
And Chris J, he's being super dirty in the connector area there. We just saw with that taser, man. Oh no, it is Markov. Is he going to get tased? Chris J going for it. Oh, he did actually hit.
Wait, he hit him.
Yeah, he hit him. He actually hit him with a taser. 25 HP for him. So Markov's going to take down Chris J. That's scary. Yeah, imagine seeing that guy running at you. That's like a...
Markov is a tank, though.
He is.
He eats that taser.
He just eats it up. And we've got Woddard actually pushing A long right now, so looks like he's going to spot that, hey, there's nobody towards A. This is a really good news to kill the T side. Really talks about how it can be hard to retake this bomb site. You can plant where we just saw there behind the container, fall back to toilets if you want. Or, as we're seeing Woddard, it go forwards, he's going to take control of the bank. The bank is now under control. Mousesports. Unlikely to get too much damage out of this at this point, but there is a cheeky frag, and Woddard is pretty low. Markov, of course, still on 25 points of health. Dennis is lurking around. Nico's picked himself up an AK, and he's running with that. You know, he knows that that is a win, just getting that to safety, and he should be able to do so successfully.
Yeah, you know, it's basically Nico saves 2.7k basically just by keeping the AK. So overall, for this side, we ended up just losing one member, so it's not a bad equal at all. But yeah, now this is the point in time where it's going to be exciting to see what Mousesports actually decide to do here.
And now we have the AWP on Chris J. Now, where's it going to go? We're going to see him towards B. Is he going to go for the A picks? There's a lot to do on this map, actually, with the AWPs on the CT side. But Woddard has got one as well, so you'd expect him to be looking for those picks. With Woddard having one, it does suggest to me that they're going for a bit of a slower style.
Yeah, which is completely fine, especially, you know, for the first weapon round. You want to make sure that, you know, you don't do anything fast, because you want to try to get a feel for what does Mousesports want to do here, you know, especially on the first weapon round, because there's always going to be like one of those cases where, okay, maybe on the first weapon round we might not go aggressive, we're just going to see, you know, what kind of default they have, or they might just go aggressive just to, you know, catch the T's off guard. So this is a very nice and passive play coming from FlipSid, just making sure that they have all the grounds covered.
And you can see Chris J, is he going to get lucky here? Looks okay, he won't be trying to get lucky, but there's the flash over the top, it's not good. Woddard, it will go down, and there is the first frag, first blood drawn by the AWP of Chris J. And now Mousesports can be a little bit more comfortable playing passive if they want, sit on the advantage, or alternatively, you can see that they're still looking for some information towards toilets.
Laying down smoke
over the top here. This could be really good if somebody's smoke. Sorry, it could be quite cool if you get those pop flashes in to allow the players to keep them. He's going to peek onto Davkos. He's going to go down. The flames will position, but he's still going to find some angles to spray through onto the smoke. So Nico doing a good job holding it down at the moment. There's the second kill onto Bondic. But finally, Blade will find the angle for the punish. There's the double from him, and that's going to allow Markov in, but he's against 3 players. Catching next off guard. It's just next to do this. Sorry, just Markov and Chris J. He's going to go down to Gob. Great positioning there in the water, and there's very limited time left as well. So Mousesports managed to hold on. Only three deaths there. It's not too horrendous.
Yeah, and for the first initial frag for Chris J, I was actually going to talk about this scenario as well. Nico gets the first entry there, then he basically just leaves the whole area, just left it completely open. That's why we saw Nico, both Nico and his teammate, I'm not sure who, maybe it was Dennis, just being stuck on the bomb side. They didn't even know where he got shot from. Bottom had 2 easy kills there. They could have ended up potentially way worse.
Yeah, and it's quite interesting because, you know, FlipSid just don't have an opportunity. They don't have the best buy in the world, but they can, if they win this one, reset. Mousesports will begin to, you know, work on just resetting them and get good momentum. That could put them to a close line of the game. So this is an incredibly important round for both teams. Mousesports could secure a pretty strong victory with this one, or allow FlipSid back into the game. Gobby's playing close here by the toilets. He's going to just pull back a little bit, forcing FlipSid to use grenades to buy some positioning.
Yeah, again, very slow and methodical, which is great. I mean, they tried the same thing the last round, which is the flash that World that got to challenge Chris J was kind of poor, so he ended up falling. But yeah, this is good. You know, you see on the look at the minimap for FlipSid, they do start to get some map control. Markov's very well in connector. You know, they are starting to get some long control as well and mid control. So.
And here it is. They're starting to test Chris J's. That's for the AWP. He's going to miss this. But actually, opportunities perhaps here for the T side as FlipSid go in now. We get Trace. Chris J's going in as well. Straight to that toilet position. He's close. He knows that Long is compromised, and his teammates are down on the other side. He had to go for it, but he's not going to deliver. It is a big moment right now for FlipSid. They move in. Nico's looking to stop everything though. Taking down Blade. It's just on it now, and it's not going to be enough. Nico's going to clutch it for Mousesports, and what a huge round there. Now FlipSid, they're in a horrible spot. They've got no money. They're on the brink of losing this one, and Mousesports, well, they have got nothing but comfort.
Yeah, the rotation coming from Mousesports was so fast. You saw Nico there. He was extremely, after the push there, that's when you see the rotation coming from Mousesports. And then Nico, he didn't really give a damn. As soon as he got to CT spawn, he just ran up the smoke, you know, got the initial kill, leaving it to a one-on-one situation, and ends up winning it. So extremely well-timed rotation there from Mousesports.
Grenade out.
Nico we trust.
Grenade out.
Nico. And we've got the pistols out here, so FlipSid going to be playing for the overtime essentially. Not expecting to do too much in this round, and in they go now. Into the water, but he's got the cover in Nico. Down. There's the third one as well from Nico. It's just Markov left with that pistol. Not much really to do at this point. Bomb is down in the hands of the CTs, and indeed, you know, FlipSid, they didn't expect to win this round, but they were hoping at least to get some damage in and maybe a cheeky bomb plant. That was more or less the idea.
Yeah, and Nico is actually, you know, tied with Next now in terms of kills. He's been chasing those eco frags. He's like, I'm not going to let you out.
It's great to see Nico and Next playing well, to be honest. And I mean, Next basically started the match off with an ace. So that is always pretty good signing when your star player gets the ace right away. Yeah,
for sure. But yeah, do or die for FlipSid. Again, their initial like default strat that they do have, I do like that from FlipSid. They are taking their time. You know, they're not doing anything. You know, that might just cost them an initial entry or whatnot. Just make sure that you're keeping Mousesports quite defensive and passively. And if they do this like a push, then you should have your grounds covered to get a free kill.
And here we have a more aggressive positioning from Chris J in this situation. And this angle, what could be a bit of an off angle to what FlipSid might expect, could pay off. But what it's actually going to take down Gobby, and that really compromises Chris J's forward position. And once again, he's deciding he's going to push with this. Actually, he's going back a little bit. He's just holding this kind of middle ground on the A-long. And this is a really great spot right now for FlipSid. They found another kill as well. This aggression from Mousesports really not paying off the passive opening. And Markov finds Dennis. One by one, the CTs fall. And FlipSid, never say die.
No, but this was exactly what I was talking about. When FlipSid, again, it's a good idea for them to just stay passive, just make sure that you have your grounds covered. If Mousesports decide to push, you should actually get like a free kill or two. Now they got 3, so potentially they should never lose this round. They have the whole B bomb side, Next and Chris J. There's really no point even trying, so they're gonna try and save here in the bathroom. But yeah, great round by FlipSid. And for Mousesports, very sloppy. Sure, you have a lot of rounds to play with. But it shouldn't go to the point where you decide to push, one by one everywhere, right? It's kind of stupid.
All right, Robin, give me the financial report.
For what?
For the match.
Oh, financial report.
Yeah. What's the money like? What's going on with the monies, the economies,
the money.
Financial report.
The money.
Robin.
Yeah. Welcome to TV6.
Smoke.
Nice.
This is the financial report coming in from Cluj-Napoca and Major. No, but for Mousesports, they are actually not in a good situation money-wise, which is why you saw Chris J and Next not even trying to get some exit drives. We will potentially see, unless Chris J and Next could potentially drop 2 pharmacists and they can still do somewhat of a buy here. I would not advise that, because again, you have 8 more rounds to play with. You don't really need to do anything here. Just stay with the 2 weapons you have. If you end up winning the round, great. If you don't, then it's not really a big deal.
Absolutely, and ooh, we're going to see big pop-up pump on Dennis. He's got Julies out in God B. Nico's rocking the 5-7, so it's going to be an interesting round considering the loadout of Mousesports. As we have God B with those Julies. Looks very cool indeed. Sitting there in the toilets area. It's not really the best range with Julies against a rifle, so I definitely don't like his chances there. He's just going to spot, get some information, fall back a little bit, find some new positions to throw with his opponents. As systematically play that anti kind of forced by situation. Dennis goes down, so that's the shotgun out of the picture, and that makes me very sad.
Yeah, I think I wonder if it was a misbuy. I think they might have been trying to buy a deal or something, especially on this map, because there's so many like long-range duels. Having the dualies, yeah, you see Gobby just hiding, you know, behind the truck. So, and he actually he had an 80, threw it somewhere. But yeah, I don't think he's too much of a payoff with those. Looks fancy and all, but you know, at the end of the day, they're not really gonna do that much damage.
Yeah, he's lurking around the toilets though. What can he find here in the box?
Smoke.
Got Markov there, he's just waiting patiently. And the rest of his team's going to make their way up. And there it is, Gilby will be spotted. Didn't have any Kevlar either, so it's a situation there for him. And it's pretty easy right now, but that said, Nico's going to turn around and drop Blade, who gets team kill for one it onto Bondig. Looks like it should be alright here now for FlipSid. So they're 2 versus 1 here. Chris actually has the chance. He's going to go in here, moving into position behind Optimus, pushing forwards with that AWP, going aggressive behind the smoke. They may not expect this. Now he's just dancing around, looking for a quick spot with that jump. There's the first shot. He's going to whip that, give away his position, go for the fake here, try to draw out Davkos, but it's not happening. Chris Day realizes that he may have bitten off more than he can chew. He spits it out and pulls back.
Yeah, very smart plan coming from FlipSid, putting it a little bit further away from the box. You saw when Chris J there, because it's a very common spam spot, especially when there's smoke down, that you just plan towards the box. And that was the area he shot at, so he actually took it as a killing the bomb planner. But then FlipSid a little bit smarter, you know, planning a little bit further away. Chris J missed the shots, and then just, you know, stay hidden, because at the end of the day, he needs to defuse the bomb, and you're in a perfect situation to try and counter that. So Chris J, you know, saved the op, which is great for him. He saved a lot of money for doing so. And for Mousesports, I actually really like this for Mousesports. They're actually saving one more time. Yeah, sure, you do have some armor, you have a deagle or whatever, but they're saving money, so for the next round they will have all the nades and everything that they may need.
If threat was him, a good throwing threat, he would say, in this situation, you have to find the solution to get as many rounds as physically possible, and when you're just 1 round away from winning. Yeah, and it's lovely to see that they have that approach indeed. And well, just be able to win this round pretty effectively. Davkos is going to get rushed down there though, and that's a gun claimed by Dennis. And Nico's going to be lurking around the back area, moving his way forwards now onto the site. There's 2 players there, so he needs to be careful here. Good use with grenades to try to clean out the spot. But Chris J's going to find himself 2 frags out of nowhere. Now Weldon is there with the MVP. There's fire laid down, and he has no idea what to do. Chris J, he's going to bring it home with a 4K. Great stuff there from Mousesports. 16-8 finish, convincing result indeed. FlipSid, they could just never get it going.
Yeah, amazing round by Chris J. You know, when Mousesports decided to push the B bombs and Davkos going